Just as a disclaimer, we want you to know that some of the movies that we will be reviewing were shot in a different time and era where people of race and sex were not treated equally. We understand this and hope you do too. The movies or anything that happened on the sets are not the views of this podcast or what this show is intended to be all about.
Exactly. And we want to give due diligence in presenting the movie and not the views of the cast or directors or anyone involved. But we also feel it's necessary to let the audience know some of the background information to get a feel for what was happening at the time of shooting the film. Again, we hope you understand that we do not agree with everything that went on, and we just want to give out the information. And with that being said, hope you enjoy the show.
Every person in this room has the perfect motive.
Stand back!
For murder.
What do you mean? Murder.
But only one of these suspects is the murderer. Is it the timid Mr. Green?
Why are you screaming? Because I'm frightened of what? Screaming!
Or the militant Colonel Mustard?
If I was the killer, I would kill you next.
Huh?
Said if.
Mrs. White, who helped her husband on his way?
Well, it's a matter of life after death. Now that he's dead, I have a life.
Miss Scarlet, who's helped many men along the way?
Practice makes perfect.
Professor Plum, who's looking for a way?
I'm looking.
Mrs. Peacock?
I have absolutely no idea what we're doing here, but I am determined to enjoy myself.
Or did the butler do it?
No.
Paramount Pictures invites you to an evening of mystery.
Let us in! Let us in! Let us out! Let us out!
Murder.
This is getting quite serious.
And madness. In the movie that makes a scene of the crime.
So who did it?
Clue. It's not just a game anymore.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Tragedy of Cinema. I'm your host, Jimbo, and this is a special bonus episode where we are joined by our very first official female co-host. That's right, she will be taking over for Terrence for this episode. Well, I guess, and Kyle now. But this is the first one. I would like to welcome Tiffany to the podcast. Tiffany, how are you?
I am fantastic. How are you?
Well, we're doing better than we were a few minutes ago, right? So,
as long as there's
funny thing about Tiffany is she's been pretty much following the podcast since the beginning. We met through, I think, the Hillbilly Horror Stories podcast fan site, Facebook group, and recently we have both been chosen to be voice actors for a project coming from Mr. Tim Mullins and Mullins Media. We are in the middle of recording those right now. Tim is editing them, and it should be out sometime this year. I think we're on part 8 of 16 right now, so we're exactly almost halfway through it. But this is actually the second part of the story, or the second part of the new cast. The first one was Hillbilly Horror House. I think it had, how many episodes did it have? Do you remember?
I don't know. I think it had maybe 13, 14.
Something like that.
It was pretty long.
But basically, some things happened, and they had to change some of the characters bowed out, or some of the voice actors had to leave. Some were focusing on school. So, but you know how it is when you're into something, you want to get back into it. So Tim sent out, said, "Hey, I'm looking for some voice actors." I said, "Hey." So I'm here if you need me, and got chosen. And the funny thing about it is, I play Danny, And Tiffany plays Sandy, which is my wife. So it's pretty crazy, some of the stuff that happens. I'm not going to say much, but Tiffany's going to get embarrassed if I say something where there's something about a saxophone. So,
Lord.
You guys will know when the time comes around, saxophone. And I know if Tim's listening to this, that he's probably giggling out loud right now. But yeah, if you go to where your podcasts are located at, and you just type in Hillbilly Horror House, you'll see it's by Mullins Media or Triple H Productions. He's also did, if you go on there, you also see And Beyond. He did Solo. He also does the Hillbilly Dead Time stories on YouTube with Jerry Pauly from Hillbilly Horror Stories. So please go to YouTube and check them out. They're only about 8 minutes long. And he puts some special effects and some pictures and stuff with the stories. Really good. And Tim, also we'd like to say thank you because you did put together and play Santa Claus for our Christmas episode. And that was a lot of fun. So thank you, Tim. All right, so what movie are we doing? Oh, that's right. I'll give you a clue.
Haha.
Aha. That's right. We are doing the movie Clue. When I asked Tiffany, hey, you want to come on? She's like, yeah, what are we going to do? And I was like, I don't know. So we just started talking about movies, and then Clue came up, and I was like, that's it, because it's a great movie. So, Tiff, are you ready?
I am absolutely ready.
All right, take it away.
Well, should we start with the cast?
No.
No.
We want to start with at the beginning with
Alrighty.
Clue. When's the release date and all that?
It was December 13th, 1985. The budget for the film was $15 million. Box office, it made $14.6 million, so I don't really know how that compares. I don't know those statistics. It almost made what they spent on it.
Right, which is not good because it didn't even make its money back to what they had to. So it was a box office flop.
But
it's got a great cult classic. It's got a great cult classic following. We know this.
Oh yeah, it's such an amazing movie. It was directed by Jonathan Lynn. The story was by Jonathan Lynn and John Landis, and it was produced by Deborah Hill, who I believe is also the Deborah Hill that worked on the Halloween films with John Carpenter. Or not John Carpenter. I don't want to sound stupid.
Well, too late. I didn't come out of my mouth.
It's all right. It's already out there. Please don't hate me. It was based on Cluedo, Cluedo, the board game by Anthony E. Pratt, which is probably my favorite game to this day.
Yeah, my wife and kids won't play with me anymore because I usually have it solved before anybody else figures anything out. They're like, how you know that? I said, well, I have this card, and you guys are guessing these cards, and they're showing you cards, so I can go ahead and cross those people off.
I used to sit there in the room by myself and, divide the cards up and then try to play a game by myself to figure out who did it.
All you gotta do is look at all the cards.
But I didn't, though, which is the funny thing. Sometimes I won, sometimes I didn't, but,
How are you not going to look at the other cards when you say, hey, show me this card?
I don't know. I don't remember what I did. All I know is I didn't look at the ones in the envelope until the very end.
You just looked at all the cards and checked them all up. Oh, it's over.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't even remember. But I know I tried it. It didn't work. It's not a one-person game.
Oh, no. So we discussed earlier, sadly, this did not win any awards. No. And I think that is a shame because this has a all-star cast. Actually, several of the cast members went on to be nominees for the Oscars.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if any of them won. I didn't go that deep into it. So go ahead and take the cast away. I gave Tiffany a lot of extra stuff. She's under pressure, so
I am.
Bear with her. So go ahead and give us the cast. Let's hear the cast.
Well, I am going to start with one of my favorite actresses of all time, Eileen Brennan. She's just amazing. She played the fabulous Mrs. Peacock in this film. Tim Curry as Wadsworth, so you can't really get past that. He's amazing.
Can't go wrong.
No.
Yeah.
Madeline Kahn, another one of my favorite actresses of all time. She played Mrs. White. Christopher Lloyd, he's just fantastic in everything he's in anyway. He was Professor Plum. Michael McKean as Mr. Green. Martin Mull as Colonel Mustard. Leslie Ann Warren as Miss Scarlet. Colleen Camp played Yvette the maid. Then there was... Oh, go ahead.
No, I just thought it was always funny because in Clue the board game, Mrs. White was always the maid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, wow, that was kind of weird that they
switched that
for
up.
the movie they added two people, right?
Yeah, it was interesting. Lee Ving played Mr. Body, who is basically the shadiest character of the film. Bill Henderson was cast as the cop. He is an unnamed officer who is being bribed by one of the characters in the film. Jane Wedlin? Yes, Wedlin. She played the singing telegram girl. She was a former patient of Professor Plum's in the film. And a fun fact about Jane is she is most well known as the rhythm guitarist and background vocalist of the Go-Go's. So that was pretty cool. Jeffrey Kramer played the motorist that comes to the house. Kelly Nakahara played Mrs. Ho, the cook. Or How. She's awesome. I love her. I used to watch her in MASH all the time. Will Nye as cop number 1. Rick Goldman as
not to be confused with Bill Nye the Science Guy,
right.
but Will Nye.
they're adjacent. You know, they're family adjacent.
Yeah.
Rick Goldman was cop number 2. Don Camp as cop number 3, and finally Howard Hessman as the evangelist / chief. He was uncredited in this film, and he shows up a couple of times. Yeah, I'm fine.
You ain't gonna get all choked up.
No.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I told you I didn't do it. If you see.
No, he plays the evangelist that is at the very end when it's revealing all the 3 endings. So there's a lot.
Right, and I thought that was really well done. But something that you may not know is I went through in my notes, and there was some people that were scheduled or wanted to be in the cast that we will see if you think they could have pulled it off or not. Like I do with Terrence. So
I believe there was
honestly
there was one for Miss Scarlet. I don't think Leslie and there were a few.
Well, for Miss Scarlet, you know who was originally cast as Miss Scarlet?
I'm not.
Carrie Fisher, none other than Princess Leia. She was originally cast as Miss Scarlet until she ended up in a rehab for drug addiction 4 days before film started. Fisher had to call in. Fisher called in and agreed to work furlough, which received approval of her clinicians and the producers, but was vetoed by the production's insurance company, forcing Lynn to dismiss her from the project. Leslie Ann Warren was cast as the last-minute replacement. So Princess Leia was almost Miss Scarlet.
But Leslie did a fantastic job. She was amazing.
Oh, she was probably my favorite is probably Mrs. White.
Yeah.
But she's got to be a close second.
Yeah.
Just because she was great.
Oh yeah.
I found for Yvette, Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Really?
What do you think? Could she have played it?
I think so. I think she could have. She was pretty good.
All right. What about Demi Moore?
No. I can't see her as Yvette.
she said, but you got to remember this is back in 1980.
Demi's amazing.
Whatever,
yeah,
right?
She's amazing, but I just can't see her as that type of character.
What about Madonna?
I don't know. I don't think so. I want to say yes because I'm sorry. I do love Madonna. I can't see her as that character. Eileen, or not Eileen. What's her name?
Mrs. Peacock?
Mrs. White. Or the maid.
Madeline Kahn?
No.
Yeah, Yvette.
I'm sorry. I just based on her actress's name for some reason.
Man, you're really going to bomb the trivia I have for you at the end.
We'll see. I don't know. No, she just had like the right mix of like sexy and sassy and bubbly and just dumb, and it was perfect.
She probably has my favorite line of the entire film when they start talking about all her husbands, and they're like, "Well, so he was your second husband?" And she's like, "No," and she's like, "My first husband was illusionist."
Oh, yeah.
And they said, "But he she's like, "Yeah, he disappeared." And they said, "But he didn't come back." She said, "He wasn't very good at it."
He wasn't a very
I crack
good
up every
illusionist,
time I hear that one. Yeah. So I crack up every time. Okay, so for Wadsworth, which the great Tim Curry played Wadsworth, you can't really go wrong there. He's even said that this is his favorite film of his that he's ever done. So, yeah.
That's amazing.
So, here we go. So, the original choice was the director wanted was Leonard Rossiter, but sadly he died before pre-production, so they didn't get him. Another one, Rowan Atkinson. Mr. Bean.
I love Rowan. Oh, gosh.
I think he would have been funny, too.
Yeah, I think he could have done it.
Oh, yeah. And then John Cleese was another one.
Cleese.
But I thought Rowan Atkinson, I was like, that would be pretty hilarious if
Rowan
that went.
Atkinson is amazing. I just love that man.
Right. So I have asked Tiffany before we recorded, well, a couple weeks ago, if she would look up some interesting facts about one of the characters or actors in this film. And I think she settled on Madeline Kahn.
Yes.
So she's going to do a little mini biography on Madeline Kahn for us.
Yeah, there's so much information out on this lovely woman that it's really hard to narrow it down, so I just kind of wrote some stuff that I thought was kind of interesting. She was born Madeline Gale Wolfson on September 29th, 1942. Her mother was married to a man named Bernard Wolfson, and he was actually a garment manufacturer who, I believe I read, like, made some of her costuming and clothing later on in her career. Unfortunately, they divorced when she was 2 years old, and her mother moved with her to New York City. It was about 1953. Her mother, Frida, married a man named Hiller Kahn, who ultimately adopted Madeline and gave her her last name. Between the two families, she has 2 half-siblings, a brother through her mother's new relationship, and a sister through her father's second marriage. She went to I'm trying to think. She went to a boarding school in PA called Manumit School. It was in Bristol, PA. That was kind of when her mother decided that she wanted to go ahead and pursue her dream of acting, and Madeline kind of followed in her footsteps. She began performing in school functions, school plays. Once she graduated from Martin Van Buren High School in Queens, New York, she ended up going to Long Island because she ended up getting a scholarship to a place called Hofstra University. Yes.
Hofstra, yep.
And she graduated there with a speech therapy degree in 1964. After that, she decided that she was going to go ahead and pursue acting as a career. She worked in college to make extra money as a singing waitress, and that ultimately got her into Broadway. From Broadway, she kind of went on to other shows and eventually led her into her career in comedy.
Do you know what shows she performed in on Broadway?
Oh, so many. I honestly didn't write any of them down. There were a lot of them.
Oh, no, that's fine. I just didn't know.
I did make some notes about some of the awards that she did win, so there's a couple of them in there. Unfortunately, in 1998, she developed ovarian cancer, and even though she received illness for the treatment, it spread quickly, and she passed away on December 3rd, 1999, which is extremely sad because it was just a few months after marrying her husband. They got married in October, and she passed away in December. But during her career, she was nominated for 4 Golden Globes, 2 Academy Awards, 2 Drama Desk Awards, 4 Tony Awards, 1 People's Choice Award, and 1 Daytime Emmy. Now, she won in 74, Outstanding Performance in the Boom Boom Room. 84, she won Favorite Female Performer in a New TV Series for Oh Madeline. In 87, she won for Outstanding Performer in a Children's Programming. I guess it was like an ABC after-school special. They didn't put a name there. And in 93, she won 2 awards, an Outstanding Female Actress... Blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry. An Outstanding Female Actress... I cannot say that word. Actress. Actress in a play.
There you go.
And Best Actress in a Play for Sisters Rosenwig. So she did make out pretty good, but it's a shame that we'll never know how far she could have actually gone because...
Right. Well, you said she was born in, 1942? Yes.
So she was in her 50s when she passed away. So maybe 56?
Right. So, man, she was in her 40s when Clue was going on?
She did not look like it.
Wow,
No.
She didn't look that... No, she didn't. No. Yeah, it's a shame that sometimes we lose so many actors or actresses so young. You just stop and think of what they could have
Yeah.
accomplished. And then you have somebody, what's her name, Olivia de Havilland, who just passed away, I think, last year sometime at 100 and whatever
Look at
she
Betty
was.
White.
You know what I mean?
She's going like crazy.
So
good for her.
she's still going, yeah.
I'm rooting for Betty.
Yeah. So
It's
so was that
that's
all?
all that I wrote down.
Was that all you had?
Yeah,
for
that's all
mental
that I
thing?
wrote down. There's
Okay.
so much
Yeah.
out there, and it's definitely worth looking at because she's known for her comedy, which she's amazing, but she was a brilliant Broadway actress, and she did a lot of musical theater and comedies and stuff like that as well.
So what would you say are some of her best works
That, in my opinion,
as far as movies?
I love everything that she's done with Mel Brooks. Just the way that she can just spin a line and put
Like Blazing
and
Saddles?
just put all of this like what's that? I cannot think of the word. My words are just not here today. Not inflection, but like when you're. I can't think of the word. Just the way that her plays on words, that it's just so funny.
We'll just say you Terrenced it. You know what I mean? So that's what we do with Terrence messes up
I'm gonna have
words.
to write down words
so
that I don't forget.
You mean her inflections?
Not her inflections,
you know
but
what I
like
mean?
her
Like-
her meanings behind words, like her plays on words, and just how she can put just dirty little things into a phrase that's not dirty. You know, I just love her. She's
Right. Yeah. I thought she was fantastic in this movie too. I mean, I really enjoyed her in this
one
movie.
and Young
so.
Frankenstein, I think, are my favorite.
Young Frankenstein
Yeah.
is one of my all-time
It's a great
favorite. It's
movie.
in my top 10 just because I love Gene Wilder is one of my favorite
Terry
actors.
Garr.
And I think that movie right there, I will crack up. It doesn't matter how many times I've seen it. I will still crack up. And then, Igor. No, it's
Yeah.
Igor. You know, him in that movie is just comedy gold. You know, and anything Gene Wilder did with Richard Pryor,
Oh, yeah.
I love it. So,
Absolutely.
all right. So let's get down to some interesting facts about this movie. So, 3 endings were shot for this movie. If you have the DVD, you know this. They're all on there. But also, if you have the DVD, that you can randomly select which ending. You know, you don't know what ending
Yes.
you're getting, so it just played that ending, and that was done. But there was actually different endings shown in theaters.
I did hear that.
And I guess in the newspaper print ads, when they printed them out, it would say with ending A, ending B, ending C. So I wish they would do some more of that stuff where you could, you know, like I think back to like Freddy versus Jason. If they would have had one where Jason would have won, or if they would have had one where
Yes.
Freddy would have won, you know, I mean, they could have done so
I
much
would have
stuff with
paid
that.
to see each
but
version of that film. Like,
that's what I'm saying. They lost a lot of
Yeah.
money right there. You know what I mean? I think that would have been great. Now, we've talked about this, but we talked about how great Madeline Kahn is. But when she does that flames on the side of my face monologue about her hatred for Yvette the maid at the end of the movie, she ad-libbed all of that.
Yes.
And it was so funny. She's just going on about how she's got flames shooting up the side of her face and just so hot. And, you know, Tim Curry's looking at her like, what are you saying? You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was in one take or not, but I thought it was really
anytime
funny.
I am just angry at the world. That is usually my go-to gif. I love that one.
Here's something I didn't really know, and I still didn't really pay attention to. And I just, once I did these notes and I saw this, and I watched the movie twice today alone.
Lucky.
The color of each character's car is the same color as their playing piece in the game.
Really?
So Colonel Mustard drives a yellow 1954 Cadillac Series 62. Mrs. White drives a black and white 1950 MG TD convertible. Mrs. Peacock drives a blue 1952 Packard 200 Deluxe Club sedan. Mr. Green drives a green 1951 Plymouth Cranbrook. Miss Scarlet drives a 1946 red Lincoln Continental. And Professor Plum drives a purple 1949 Pontiac Streamliner station
I
wagon.
did not know
So
that.
I did not pick up on
I never
that.
noticed that. I'm going to watch for it the next time I watch it.
But that was awesome. Right.
That's awesome.
The entire house set was a mansion, except for the ballroom, which was shot at. The ballroom was actually shot on a mansion. This ballroom scene, it was in Pasadena, California, and I'll get to some more. I got some more notes in here. They're all jumbled together, but I think it burns down here in a little bit. It's just so sad that this didn't do so well at the theaters.
No,
you know what I
it's
mean?
so brilliant.
It was the first movie based on a board
Was
game
it?
too. That's the downfall, right? So
That's
Wadsworth voices the object of the board game after the characters find Mr. Body, which is the board game's only victim, is when he's dead. And Wadsworth yells, "That's what we're trying to find out. We're trying to find who killed him and where and with what." So basically, he gave you the object of the game within the movie when he said that. Here's another thing. In attention to detail, once again, the secret passages in this movie lead to the same rooms they do in the board game. The kitchen leads to the study, and the conservatory leads to the lounge.
That I did notice. That one I did.
That is awesome, too.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The parquet floor in the hallway resembles the Clue board game. The board on the Clue,
Really?
squares.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm
going to watch her.
They took a lot of effort into making it. Oh, yeah. That's why it's like there's so much here. The screams heard when the characters rush to the maid in the billiard room are not from Colleen Camp, Yvette the maid. They are actually from Leslie Ann Warren, Miss Scarlet, from the scenes where the dead body of the cook and the live body of Wadsworth fall out of the meat locker. So they used her screams twice, three times. So it wasn't actually Yvette. I thought that was cool, too. So they just used Leslie Ann Warren's scream. You already talked about the guitarist from the Go-Go's. There's one in here that you didn't say, which here it is right here. Leaving Mr. Body is the frontman of the punk rock band Fear, and was chosen because of his name. Mr. Body will be leaving soon. So I thought you would have picked up on that one.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to look up that music now.
Oh no. After the production concluded, the mansion set was bought and redecorated by the producers of Dynasty in 1981, who used it as the Carlton Hotel. Huh. So, any Dynasty fans out there, they reused it. We talked about Leonard Rossiter being the first choice. So here it is. The Max Bush house, the mansion used for the exterior and ballroom scenes, was destroyed by a massive fire on October 5th, 2005.
Oh, no. R.I.P.
Professor Plum, who played by Christopher Lloyd, that's another great actor. He hypothesizes to the group that the brandy was poisoned. Yes. If you remember, Mrs. Peacock's like, whoa, And in the original Clue and the Clue Auto and the UK version of the board games, poison was included amongst the possible weapons.
What?
And then it was later reintroduced in the 1990s game Clue Master Detectives. I don't remember poison being
I've never played this. And with my son, I've had a couple of different versions of the game trying to get him to play with me, which he never did, by the way. But we had a couple of versions, and I never had that one.
I heard that Master Detectives, one of my best friends has it. He's always trying to get me to play, and I'm like, well, maybe eventually. This is sad, too. This is Eileen Brennan's first movie after her release from the Betty Ford Center for Painkiller Addiction, caused by her recovery from a 1982 car accident. Brennan's greatest physical challenge during shooting was running around the mansion for the reenactment sequence. So I guess she was in a lot of pain when they're running back and forth with Tim Curry going back and forth. Wadsworth.
There's a couple of fun things about her, too. One of my other favorite movies of all time kind of falls along the same category as Clue, which is Murder by Death. And it's amazing. You cannot beat... If you're talking about casts, like, this is... I think it was made in the 70s. Like, that cast, but in the 70s. It's amazing.
Well, I'll tell you what. Now that you're the first official co-host is out of the way and you'll have this one done, maybe we'll do that one again.
So
maybe we'll do that one. Because I've never seen it, and that'd be fun for me to do.
It really is. So, you've got Peter Falk, Peter Sellers.
I'm going to watch it. But I don't. But there's some of those guys I don't like. So I may not enjoy it.
But it's clever.
I can't tell Sarah that she'll be mad at me. Right? She's like, during filming, Mr. Green, Professor Plum, and Colonel Mustard, and Mr. Brody would often spend time on the billiard room set playing pool.
Why not?
They said according to Mr. Green, Mrs. Peacock would occasionally stop by and watch them and cheer everybody on. So, I mean, if you're on break, why not, right? Also, according to detail of the board game, all of the rooms are in the correct order as they are in the board game, clockwise. Hall, lounge, dining room, kitchen, ballroom, conservatory, billiard room, library, and study, as well as a cellar, which is a non-suspect area of the game. There are also several new rooms not seen in the game, which is a bathroom, a master bedroom, an attic, and a nursery. So they really did their homework, you know what I mean, as far as trying to make it set up just like the thing, right? Oh, wait till the end. You're going to just wait till the end. I can't wait. You're going to be like, There was actually a fourth ending scripted and shot in which Wadsworth committed all the murders out of a twisted need for perfection in his life. He reveals that he poisoned everyone with a slow-acting toxin in their drinks. It ended with Wadsworth being killed by dogs as he attempted to escape by car from the house.
Oh, man.
It's a rather grim ending, so it's probably why it was never released, and it was never even shown because they thought the ending would be too obvious. But it does say it survives in the novelization in the storybook, in which features a single photo from that ending with the chief punching Wadsworth in the stomach. So that'd be interesting. That would have been a funny. I mean, I like how they did it. With all the different endings, I thought it was good, but I don't know if that one would have worked.
That's a little too much.
That's a little overboard.
A little too much.
Yeah. When Mr. Body pretends to be dead after the revolver is fired in the dark and the six guests try to figure out how he died without having been shot, Wadsworth is missing during the entire sequence in the study up until he joins the guest in checking on a screaming event in the billiard room. So people are saying that this is probably tied into that fourth ending because he wasn't there, because I think it's Mr. Green says, well, that couldn't be because you weren't there or something. So, if you notice, there's a lot of clues. I say clues. That's funny, but a lot of if you pay attention, like when the kitchen, the cook, when she gets stabbed in the back, and she falls to the ground, and Miss Scarlett's there, I think with Mr. Green, and he's like, "Don't touch it." The knife. That's evidence. Then he puts his hand on the knife. You know what I mean? And you're like, "There's fingerprints right there." And then you got I think it's Colonel Mustard, and he's got the wrench or whatever, and he's like, just little things that people are doing throughout the movie that says, well, maybe it could have been them. You know what I mean? Maybe they couldn't be them. So they were throwing you dodges and darts the entire movie, which I thought was really well done.
One of the things that I really did like,
was
it was years ago. I mean, when I was old enough to actually note these things. Is I would go back and watch and rewind my little used up VHS, and I would look for them in the scene where they said that they weren't there, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. So that was how I spent most of my time.
Right.
Yeah. It's still fun.
Right. In ending B, which is revealed where Mrs. Peacock murdered all six people, it was revealed that she was actually shot dead by the chief of police when he confronts her at her car. After saying they got Mrs. Peacock when Wadsworth and the other five guests run outside, the chief then turns around to Mrs. Peacock's dead body and shoots her again. This was deemed, double tap, right? This was deemed too dark, and Eileen Brennan recorded a new line saying she's the senator's wife so that Peacock is arrested instead of shot. However, part of the rejected secret remains in this movie. After the police run to Mrs. Peacock to arrest her, you can still see smoke in the air from the chief's revolver as if it had recently been fired.
I'm going to look for that next time, yeah.
That's something to keep looking forward to.
Oh, poor Mrs. Peacock. Poor woman.
She starts screaming and he slaps her and he's like, I just had to slap her. She wouldn't stop screaming. I love it. Yvette speaks with an accent throughout the entire movie. However, when she walks into the billiard room shortly before her death, the accent is suddenly gone. So I thought that was
which fits her character.
And if you listen closely, so if you listen closely, whose voice do you think that is that's whispering to her there?
Wasn't it? No, it was Leslie's.
Was it?
Don't do that. Now I'm going to second guess it all. I thought it sounded...
I don't know if it ever really told you who it was. They said it sounds like a female voice, but I don't know if you can really tell. You know what I mean? Because I tried to listen close, but
I thought it sounded like
tell.
Madeline's, honestly.
Well, it was like, did anybody follow you or something? Right? And I was like, it's like real whispery, and it could have been a guy. You don't know who it was.
You never know.
Here's something else that I always thought was kind of funny or weird. When Wadsworth asked the ladies to open their purses at the climax of one of the three endings, all of them are empty. Let me ask you a question. How many women do you know that carry a purse with nothing in it? Absolutely nobody.
I carry purses.
Nobody.
But when I did, it was crammed with everything that could fit in there. I
mean, you can lift one of them purses and it's like carrying 6 bricks in there. Yeah, I was like, there's no way. But not only that, but there's a scene where Miss Scarlett's actually pulling out her cigarette thing from
and it's not in the reveal.
to get a cigarette out of there and put it back in her purse.
Yeah.
It's in her purse. So that would at least been in there when she's
But to
dumping
be
it upside
fair,
down.
I mean, if you're going by etiquette, it was a dress dinner, and usually people don't use their normal purses to a dress dinner. You use a dinner purse. So it's not as big.
But you would still have something in
Yeah,
your
you
dinner
would
purse.
have
A breath
something.
mint, a toothpick, a napkin,
you would
whatever.
have something, absolutely.
Right.
But
Right. I mean,
yeah,
just
I
saying.
gotcha.
The ladder, the ladder in the library disappears and reappears throughout the movie, as do the pots on the
I
stove
didn't
in the
notice
kitchen.
that.
So you'll see pots on the stove. You'll see pots on the stove. I think it's when the cook points the knife at, who is it?
Wadsworth.
Somebody comes in there and asks. I think it was
Yeah.
Wadsworth or somebody. And then the pots are gone off there, and then it goes back and they're there or something. So
I've got some
that's
homework to
something
do
else
after
to see.
we're done here. I'm going to pop that in and watch it.
And also, like, Mrs. Scarlett's cigarette, I guess, in the kitchen when she kneels down and, like, she puts it out on the ground, and then the next scene it's gone, then it's back again or something. So there's a lot of little stuff like that. There's, like, boom mics visible and stuff like that if you really pay attention. But a lot of that stuff was only on the VHS copy, too, some of it. You know what I mean? So it's harder. It'd be harder to find because of the different formats and stuff. This is another one that blew my mind. Okay, so you remember when Colonel Mustard says, "Hey, we're going to split up.
Yes.
We're going to search the house," and they said, "But one of us will be with the killer." And then he's like, "Then if you get murdered, then we'll know who the killer is, right?" Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, makes sense. How come when Yvette is murdered, Mr. Green and Yvette were partners, but Mr. Green was never accused of killing her?
Huh. I don't know. That would make sense, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, logically, by their own rules
You had a
of
partner.
the game, like they should have suspected him.
But nobody assumed it was Mr. Green.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He just has an innocent face.
Well, he's always like, I didn't
telling
do
you.
it. It wasn't me. The whole movie.
I love it.
Oh, something else. Do you remember the running gag? The running gag at the beginning
Everybody
of the movie.
steps in dog poop.
Everybody stepped in dog poop. Are they all smell it? Yeah, that's funny too.
It's definitely this little thing.
when the guests are-
this movie, like the gem that it is.
I know.
It's so great.
It's definitely great. When the guests are questioning Mrs. Peacock in the kitchen about when she dropped the knife in the study, she says, "I don't know. Before I fainted or after I fainted, I don't
Yes.
know." Do you remember
She
this
never
scene?
fainted in that scene.
She never fainted. She doesn't faint till Mr. Body, the candlestick falls and hits him on the head. And then she's like, "I'm going to faint." And he's like, "I got her." And she slides through his, you know what I mean? So she may have been pretending to faint accidentally when coming upon Mr. Body in the bathroom as one of the possible endings. But I don't know. That's one that one... You got to clean that up. You can't be dirty like that. You know what I mean? You got to clean up your act. After Mr. Body shuts off the lights in the study, two loud thumps and a person groaning are heard before the gunshot goes off. This would suggest that someone was using one of the bludgeoning weapons, the candlestick, the pipe, or the wrench, before the shots were fired, or the shot was fired. But these sounds remained unexplained for the rest of the film.
Because you do hear that, and it gets you wondering whether somebody was shot.
You hear like a thump, and I thought somebody hit the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's, I remember that. I remember thinking that too a couple of times that I've watched it, and they never go into what it could have been. They just pass it off as the gunshot.
Nope. Here's something else. I mean, if we're following through with the rules of the game, the front door is locked when Mr. Body's like, "I'm out of here," and Wadsworth's like, "No, you can't leave. The doors are locked. There's bars on the windows. Blah blah blah." But a little bit later, when they go to throw the key out the front door, it's unlocked.
Yeah. That's true, yeah.
So he did stop and unlock it.
That's right.
So this is just little stuff people pick up on, is all I'm saying. Yeah, and here's another thing. If you're a murderer, or if you were one of the ones that murdered, and they locked all those weapons up, right? You still had the knife sticking in the cook's back. You could have went over there and grabbed out at any time and used it again, or the telephones, or pool sticks, or anything you could have
There
used.
were plenty
You know
of
what I
other
mean?
weapons available that you could use.
Right. All right, Tiffany, are you ready for your trivia? We're gonna see what you grade on this. Here we go. It's only one question. It's only one question. Tiffany, I want you to give me the weapons each character were gifted in this movie. Can you do it?
Yes.
All right, and I'm gonna say if you're all right. Mrs.
Mrs. White had the rope.
All right, that's one.
Mr. Green had... Let me think. The pipe?
The lead pipe, yes. Miss Scarlet?
Candlestick. What's this for? Candlestick. She had a candlestick.
All right. Colonel Mustard?
The wrench? The knife.
Mrs. Peacock?
Yeah.
Yeah, the dagger. And Professor Plum.
Oh my god, what's left? What did he have? The revolver.
The revolver, right, the gun. I was like, really?
I was counting
the main weapon that's used probably throughout the
I was
entire
counting
thing.
in my head. I'm like, wait.
And I'm going to give you this because you're a big Madeline Kahn fan and Eileen Brennan fan. I don't know if you knew this or not, but Madeline Kahn and Eileen Brennan worked together in Peter Bogdanovich's musical At Long Last Love in 1975. A critical and financial bomb that was so bad that Bogdanovich publicly apologized for it, then disowned it.
Wow.
Brennan worked for him one more time in Texasville, and Kahn never worked for him again. Their Clue co-star Colleen Camp starred in one. Bogdanovich directed flop Illegally Yours, which he considers one of his worst movies. But during one of their films, and I think it was that one, they became really good friends. And then when they reunited on this set, Madeline Kahn did not know how to approach Eileen with her drug addiction problem. And so she didn't really talk to her then, and they never spoke again after this movie, is what I read.
That's so sad.
I thought that, how terrible is that?
One of the things that I always thought was interesting about Eileen Brennan, too, was that she and Goldie Hawn had this amazing friendship. And they became friends while they were working on Private Benjamin together. And then, I don't know if it was that car accident that had happened, but something happened to Eileen, and Goldie Hawn pretty much took care of her. And it was toward the end of her life. I believe the last movie that she made, Eileen Brennan, was Jeepers Creepers. She was the cat lady. And that's
funny right there.
And Goldie Hawn was just like destroyed because she helped take care of her when she was at the end, having all those problems.
All right, are you ready for this big announcement? Are you ready? Here we go. A readaptation from the 20th Century Fox was announced on August 17th, 2016. It is currently, as of January 2020, in pre-production.
Do you want me to flip this table?
Two of the... Hang on. Well, hang on. Let me give you two of the stars. There's only two cast members. If
it's Rowan Atkinson, I'm totally in.
No. No. Ryan Reynolds.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Do you know who Ryan Reynolds is?
I think I've seen like one of his movies.
And Jason Bateman.
I'm still going to flip the table.
I think it's... it's still in pre-production, but...
It could, with Ryan, it could be good.
It could be good, but then they could just totally just destroy it too. You know what I mean?
I don't really think that you're going to be able to beat what was done with this film, considering like star power and just the way they meshed together.
Right. I mean, and they're great. Okay, here we go. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a little game. We're going to play Who Would You Cast from Today
I would leave it alone.
Are you ready? No. Who would you play as Wadsworth? Who are you going to get as Wadsworth?
I would get Sean Pertwee. I love him. Yeah.
Who is that?
My heart. What?
You gonna flip the table again?
Flip the table. I'm just looking for a reason to flip this table. No, he was in Dog
I'm just
Soldiers.
Gonna go
he played Sarge. He was in Event Horizon. He played Smith.
Oh yeah, you keep talking about that Dog Soldier movie.
You have to watch it. It's amazing.
I would probably go with let's go with a Jim Carrey. I think Jim Carrey could pull it off if he goes back to his
I saw they're going
former
to be
self.
making an Ace Ventura 3.
Yeah, I posted that on Facebook.
That's why I saw it.
So here you go. Right. Hello. Here we go. So we're going to do the women first. So you have Mrs. White, you have Miss Scarlet, and you have Mrs. Peacock. Who are you putting in those roles?
Mrs. Peacock, I would probably do... You know what? The girl's still going strong, and she's amazing. I love Maggie Smith. Throw her in there.
Okay.
Miss Scarlet, I would do... I'm going to have to think about that one for a minute. I'm trying to think of, like, what actresses are good at those types of roles. I would put, oh, man. Names.
You know who I'm putting there? I think I'm going to put Terry Hatcher there.
Terry was always good, yeah.
She could do it. I think she could do it.
White,
right.
I would probably want to see, what is her name? She was in the new Wonder Woman opposite Gal. Blonde. You know who I'm talking about. I can't think of her name.
Yeah, I can't think of her name, though. Somebody else that I thought would fit good there is Angela Kinsey, who played Angela on The Office. I think she could pull that off, too. So, okay, let's go to the men. We got Mr. Green. We got Colonel Mustard. And I think Martin Mull did a fantastic job there, too. I don't think he gets enough credit. He's in one of my favorite movies, 80s movie, too, yeah. Mr. Mom. I loved Mr. Mom. That's one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yes.
Michael Keaton.
I love Martin Mull. And honestly, to this day, his character that is my all-time favorite was Leon Karp on Roseanne. Kristen Wiig is the actress that I was thinking of, Kristen Wiig.
Okay, yeah. So we picked Kristen Wiig, yeah. So if you're going to go with Mr. Green, who are you going to put?
We need someone that kind of fits that type of personality. I love what Michael McKean did with him. So you need, like, that iffy, placid type of person. Man, these are rough. I don't know.
I know. Maybe that's why it's still in pre-production. They don't know either. You know what I mean? I could see Reese Witherspoon doing Mrs. Peacock, too. I think she'd be funny there, too. Colonel Mustard, I'm putting, what's his name? Ron Swanson from Parks and Recreation.
Definitely.
He's going to be in there. I can't think of his name, though. Mr. Green, man, I don't know. Maybe... Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know. Professor Plum. It's kind of be like somebody goofy, but
subtly goofy.
I don't know. But this is really hard. I mean, I didn't think it would be that hard, but once you sit back and you think, well, they could work, then you're like, no, you know what I mean? So, I'll tell you what. If you guys are listening to this and you go to and you're part of the Facebook group at the Tragedy of Cinema podcast group, go on there and let me and Tiffany know who you think would be the perfect cast for this. And I think you could probably even put like a Idris Elba in there somewhere, or what's his name?
I'm not sure who. Oh, go ahead.
See, my mind.
I'm not sure who I would put him as, but I'm definitely throwing Bill Hader in as either Mr. Green or Professor Plum. Yeah, he would be a good Mr. Green.
Yeah, Mr. Green would be a good one. And I also thought that maybe for Wadsworth you could even throw in what's his name?
Rowan Atkinson.
Man, why am I having trouble with names? No.
He can still do it.
The guy that played Michael Scott in The Office. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Steven.
What's his name? Help me out. Steve Carell. Steve Carell.
He would be good.
I mean, I think he would be. Yeah. He would be really good at it too. I think. So with the casting of Jason Bateman and Ryan Reynolds, who do you think that they're cast for?
I think Ryan would probably be Wadsworth, but I don't see him fitting. Like, if I was going to put him in, I would put him in as Green or Mustard, like somebody along those lines. But he's very surprised. Like, he knows his stuff, so he could fit anywhere.
Well, like Wadsworth needs to be like Timothy Dalton or somebody, somebody that. So, Tiffany, let me hear your thoughts on this movie before we wrap this up.
I just absolutely love this movie. One of the highlights of being a parent for me was having my son get to the age where he was old enough to watch it and enjoy it, and see him laugh at the things that I laughed at, and see him get the jokes and enjoy them. And we still watch it together. It's one of the things that he will actually still do with me. He's 18 and he, you know, he has other things to do, but like we will sit and watch Clue every time. But it's such an amazing group of actors. It's such an amazing group of performances. The jokes are hilarious. They're very clever. I don't really see what you couldn't like about it. It's just awesome. It's my favorite. One of my favorites.
Right, and it's like in every movie that you watch, and you're so used to seeing those people in those roles, and then you get the notes like this where you're like, well, maybe Madonna could have been in here, and then you start thinking of Madonna with those other cast of characters, and I just don't think it would have worked. And you start thinking about Jennifer Jason Leigh in this, and I don't think it worked. You start thinking about Carrie Fisher, and I don't think it worked. Now I say that because I never saw them on screen, you know what I mean? But I think this group worked amazingly together. Their synergy were together. And all that, and I just think you don't get much better than that.
They were all famous. They were all very well known. They had very successful careers, but they weren't overly over the top, like you're saying. You can't put somebody in like Madonna, and then put somebody in that's barely known, because you'll have that name overshadowing the performances. And
well, you know, Wadsworth will probably be played by The Rock, you know, the upcoming one. So I'm just saying, I mean, that's what they do. They go get these big name stars just to draw more money. You know what I mean? But I think when you get right, you know what I mean? So I just think it worked well. I think it's Tim Curry's best role for me. I like Christopher Lloyd in this a lot. I like Martin Mull. You know, they're all just fantastic. Madeline Kahn.
I know you've seen The Gift, where it's like, I don't judge people by blah blah blah, but I judge them by what movie you know Tim Curry from. This is my Tim Curry movie.
Right, right.
Choose. He's great.
Oh, mine too. That and was it The Home Alone, where he just smiles, you know, and he turns into the Grinch. I mean, I know a lot of people say Rocky Horror Picture Show, or even Pennywise the Clown from It.
Absolutely.
He's very well known for that too. So, well, I think this episode's coming to a close. You got any other thing you would like to throw out?
I don't. I'm content.
If you guys would like to see Tiffany come back and be in another for another bonus episode, go ahead and let us know. You can write us an email at thetragedycinema@gmail.com. Go ahead and go leave us a review if you haven't on iTunes. I will read it on the air. And one other thing is, make sure you go and check out Hillbilly Horror Stories 2: The Redemption, starring me and Tiffany as Sandy and Danny. Kane is our names. And
it's gonna be amazing.
Sandy is a police officer, and yes, I play Danny, who is a nurse. So, you know, when he said that, all I could think of is when Meet the Parents. You know, that's all I could think of, and I was like, great, you know, because hey, what are you saying? I know, but. We're having a lot of fun recording it. It's crazy. So we pick on each other and all that.
Great group of people. It's a really fun script. It's been a lot of interesting moments already, and we're not even finished yet. So
we're not even through halfway through the first season, and Tiffany's already blushed more times than anybody. Me, I just make up lines as I go, and Tim likes them, so that's all I got to do, right? I mean. I've totally re-transformed the character that he had in mind, so he lets me ad-lib a lot of stuff and change some lines, and he likes using that stuff, so I just roll, and you know, sometimes I don't even mean it, it just comes out. Yeah. He's like, oh, that's great, and I was like, oh, okay. So, well, with that being said, I think this episode's coming to a close, and that's a wrap, and Tiffany, take away. I
forgot. I know!
What? You're going to ruin the... There you go.